Hey, what's up, people? What is up? Good morning. It is your Wednesday morning hump day. Yo, bro. Hello, Miss Sue. What's up, Jill? How are you? Oh, yeah, snowy Iowa. Hey, what's up, Burko? Get this. I actually think they said that they had sleet and snow in Clarksville last night. Can you believe that? I mean, go home, winter. You're drunk. Get out of my yard. Go away. Anyway, how are you guys? It is Wednesday. It is your hump day. Hang on, let me go. There we go. I don't know if you guys had a chance to watch Trash Talk. I'm a little out of sorts this morning. That stupid cat didn't wake me up. My brain woke me up. Or God woke me up, depending on how you want to. Hey, look at it. God woke me up and I took a deep breath. So I thank God for this day and the breath that I took. But I've been up a really, really long time and my brain will not shut down. And it's just today's going to be an interesting day. I'm not tore up. One of my best buddies from high school died, and it really does sort of suck that I found out yesterday late, or actually Monday late. And the funeral is today, so I'm going to a funeral. This is a funny thing. I don't know if you guys know the old. Go find. It has nothing to do with life in general. And really anything to do with, but like the first thing that happened this morning when I woke up was the old Elton John song, Funeral for a Friend, which is this amazing instrumental, popped into my head. So I had to go find it as soon as I woke up this morning. And of course, then I thought, okay, well, at least I know what I'm talking about on Trash Talk today. So anyway, we'll get into all of that stuff here in just a minute. But anyway, thank you for hopping on. Thank you for hopping on here. It is your Yo Bro Show, your daily dose of positive energy, a little bit of encouragement, and a little bit of something better than average coming out of this little box you spend so much of your life staring at. Whoo, Lordy, let me tell you. Please like it. Please share it. Please subscribe. I think we're up to 91 subscribers over on the YouTube. Thank you very much to my YouTube subscribers. I appreciate you guys getting on there. If you guys are so led, please hop over and if you feel like supporting the page, if you feel like this God-fearing, patriotic, rock and roll idiot needs to stay on the air, please consider becoming a patron and supporting the show. Patreon.com/Tiny House of Rock. My patrons do get some special stuff. Not as much stuff as originally I promised because I'm a little behind. But hey, if you spend any amount of time with me at all, you know my intentions are always good. I'm a little slow sometimes on the trigger. But there you go. So this morning, it's all about filling up your dash. That's what hit me. And I heard Lou Holtz is the first person I heard actually use that analogy about it's the dash between the two dates that matters on your gravestone. When you're standing there and somebody's looking at your gravestone, your grave marker, there's two dates and then there's a dash. That tiny little dash holds all those years, whether it's 100 or whether it's 30, whatever it is. You got to start filling up that dash with good things. And that's what got my mind racing this morning. Got my mind absolutely pounding this morning. As and I've had to bury a couple of guys from my class. We were a small class, the class of 86 at Donaldson Christian Academy, little bitty school at the time. Now they're big doings, but at the time it was definitely a much smaller school. My class, 48 people, was the largest class they'd ever had at that time. I'm sure they've had bigger classes than that since then. And I've had several of our friends that have passed away for different different things. So this morning, we're going to be laying to rest my buddy, Wes Agee, really good buddy of mine. In fact, he and I worked together at Opryland. So those of you who are old enough to remember Opryland, Wes was my buddy and my boss at Opryland and taught me a lot about being a good boss. I mean, I'm talking, I was 16, 17, 18 years old when we were working together. And we had a lot of responsibility for teenagers. I will tell you at that time, at that park, it was a great, great place to work. And he was such a good friend of mine, and he did graduate with us. But it made me start thinking, I got three kids, and I got two teenagers and a quasi adult who's 21. And I just want to impress upon them so much that, listen, you need to start paying attention to this dash right now. Because we are not promised tomorrow, right? Can I get an amen from the congregation? We are not promised tomorrow. So do you really want your dash to be filled with, I want to know how much of your time you spend doing this? How much of your time you spend doing this? Or right? Get out and live life, baby. Get out and live life. Let's see who's on here. Let's see who's got some wisdom to share with the team this morning. What's up? What's up? We got Francis on. Fred's on. Good morning. Sue and Jill and Burko were first in. Good morning. Fred Marshall in the house. Good morning, Jenny. Hi, Kathy. Wes, what's up, buddy? Francis has got our, here we go. Francis has made sure that we get our hump day camel. There we go. I did not know there was a camel emoji, but that is awesome. Good morning, Paula. What up, Charlie Elrod? Good morning, Joanne. Hi, Yaya. Sorry, and thank you. And yeah, we'll get, hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. Good morning, Marlena. I'm glad that you're going to be okay for at least another week. We keep you in our prayers. Her surgery got delayed. Good morning, Lisa. Hey, what's up, Jim? Jim Clark, baby. Come on. Come on.
It's a beautiful day.
This is the day the Lord has made, and I choose to rejoice and be glad in it. And trust me, at 4:30-ish when I woke up, I wasn't sure I wanted to rejoice. But I got up, poured myself a cup of coffee, and hey, the rejoicing has begun. Good morning, Debbie Mathis. What's up? Hey, Marcus. What up, Marcus Lee? Hello, Debbie. Mwah. Up there in God's country in Gallatin. What up, Clint? Clint, New Jersey in the house. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hi, Renee. Good morning, honey. I'm glad to see you. Oh, Renee, text me so I remember to call you back. I got to ask. I have a question I got to ask you, Miss Renee. What up, Elisa? Hey, what's up? My favorite sheriff paramedic from Mississippi. What's up? Oh, my goodness, y'all. There's Michael Curtis. What up? Oh, man. I'll tell. All right, so put a pin in that. Boop. Come back to Opryland in a minute. I'll make sure I get through everybody. There's all my amens. There's my amens. Hey, Kim. Good morning, Miss Kim LaFleur. I'm so glad to see you. What's up, girl? Oh, goodness, man. Oh, man. Ooh, there we go. Oh, Kathy, we'll keep you in the prayers. We will keep you in the prayers getting over the COVID. There's some. All right, so so let's do this. Let's do this. It's Wednesday, okay? I've bought myself a little bit of time because I've got the most part of the morning off to attend the funeral, so I don't have to run. So I'll talk until I feel like I'm done talking. But I will tell you this, because we're not going to get all maudlin and all this stuff like that. In fact, I don't even necessarily want to talk about death and life right now. I want to talk about that dash. I want to talk about that dash. I thought about this the other day. I am 52 years old. It hurts just even saying the words because I do not feel 50. You look, see the bags, see the wrinkles. See that gray hair? Okay, so look, yeah, I'm finally starting to look. I had it good, y'all. Through my 40s, I still looked like I was in my 30s, man. But boy, so I'm looking 52. All right. I mean, I'll give you that. I'm looking 52. That's right. But if I sat down and just jotted down on this notepad, if I just started jotting down, I'm just going to call significant things, just significant events and things like that. I mean, it's crazy. And I'll bet you yours would be too. So today I want to talk about the parts of the dash that stick out. Well, one of the most important things, and this is just going to be fun. All right. So my buddy Wes Agee and I both worked at Opryland. Y'all are going to love this. Opryland, for those of you who don't know, you should Google it. Opryland, USA. We had a theme park, and I don't remember when it closed. It had to have been the early mid-90s, maybe it was. But there was a theme park And I'm talking rides. It was really show heavy. There were like these big theaters that had like music shows because it was basically an amusement park built around all different kinds of music. There was a rock and roll section, a bluegrass section. I don't really know what the State Fair area was. Maybe that was just Americana, whatever. But anyway, there's lots and lots of music, lots of rides, roller coasters, water rides. I mean, the whole thing. It was like a shrunk down Disney World, and basically called Opryland because it sat right next to the Grand Ole Opry out here in Donaldson, where I grew up. In fact, I lived so close to Opryland that I could hear the train whistle from my front yard. Anyway, because they had a real steam locomotive that you could ride that would go around the park and take you from point. And they had a sky ride, like a those boxes that you'd get in. It would go over the. Anyway, it was a great place. It was also a great place to work in the 80s as a kid because this is where I got my work ethic, okay? I'm telling you, because they worked your tail off, but you actually made pretty darn good for a kid, for good money for a kid. Wes and I, eventually, the first year he was my boss. The second year he moved to a different part of the park, and anyway. But we were both team leads, and we worked at the funnel cake shop. So it was a little brick building, and one side of the building was ice cream. Our side of the building was funnel cakes. Two giant fryers that and a window. And I mean, I learned so much about both food service and customer service and taking care of people and how to count out a cash drawer. How to make a schedule. We even had P&L responsibility. We had to watch our hours and things like that and look at our margins. It was crazy. It was such a good job. I've still got places that don't tan right from all the splashes of grease on my my arms for messing with that grease over the years. But working at Opryland was a great thing. And so you talk about getting nostalgic. I'm going to roll into there to this funeral today and see a bunch of my friends from high school. A bunch of us worked out there. It was so much fun, y'all, and was such a significant part of my life. And so I'm wondering for you guys, what was your first job? And I'm not going to not count like mowing yards and maybe washing people's cars in your neighborhood, but the first time you had to go in and plug into some type of an entity, get a corporate handbook, understand the rules and things, that kind of thing. I'm interested to know what some of y'all's first jobs were, because let me tell you, my first job was flipping burgers when I was 14. I went to work at the local at Ravenwood Country Club, and I worked in the snack bar for a couple of summers there for Mr. Hollister, and he would hire us really, really young and just work us a few hours. And I learned how to work a grill and how to drop fries and things like that. But I mean, my first real job was working at Opryland. So anyway, Kathy done called it out there. I see the Grizzly River. Yeah, the Grizzly River Rampage. Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Sue was a waitress. There you go. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But for me, there were 3 summers, 16, 17, and 18 years old. I worked those 3 summers at Opryland, and it was terrific. It was absolutely a terrific experience. We worked a lot of hours, but we learned a lot about life. I learned a lot about life because everybody that worked with me wasn't like me. It wasn't like it was just a bunch of white kids from the suburbs that grew up in middle-class families working out there. No, there were people of all stations of life, all races, creeds, and orientations and everything else. I mean, we all were thrown in there together and learned how to work as a team. It was amazing. Oh, here we go. Oh my goodness, Joanne worked with folks with mental disabilities. That's cool. Yeah, good morning, Kelly. Kelly worked at Opryland. Cleaning banks. There you go, Yaya. Oh yeah, okay, Renee, that's right. The farm counts as work, yes. But after that, working at the cafeteria. There you go. Wes was dude. People that worked at McDonald's, you learned how to work, brother. I know lots of people who had their first job at McDonald's, and you learned how to work, right? Paula worked on a ranch. Whoa, look at that. Jim's first job at 16 was Montgomery's Restaurant. That's cool. Oh, Jill made donuts. That is cool. Debbie was cleaning tables, bussing. Yep, there you go. There you go. Lisa Phillips worked at the Taco Bell. That is awesome. Kim worked at a Carvel's ice cream shop. Girl, if I had worked at it, I don't care how, I was little, y'all. I was little in high school. I didn't grow till I got to college. When I graduated high school, I was about 5'9", and I weighed about 140 pounds dripping wet, and now I'm like rocking 6 foot and about 200. So I mean, if I'd have worked at Carvel's, man, Doesn't matter how good my metabolism was, I'd have been fat. My goodness. Oh, this is cool. Francis worked in a vacuum cleaner repair shop sorting vacuum parts. How cool. Fred did the family business ceramics. First paycheck, servicing big computers in Dallas, Texas in 84. Oh, we did talk about that. Working on computers in 84. Can you imagine? Y'all, the computer was probably as big as a room, wasn't it, dude? As in the days before microchips. That's right. Oh, my goodness. Look at all of that. Oh, my gosh, y'all. This is awesome. Kathy was a housekeeper. Oh, and then, there you go. Certified nurse assist. Hey, David May, what's up, brother? Good morning. Milton, my first job was offset printing and mailroom work. There you go. You see, y'all have done some real stuff. Y'all have done some real stuff there. Marcus Lee, I was about to say, dude, I know. Your metabolism is still firing on all cylinders, man, but you're a beast in the weight room too, dude. I've seen those pictures you post. Hey, dude, you're taking good care of yourself, man. Good care. There you go, Jim's second job was shoveling pig poo. There you go. Well, all of us have had something that, that you've had that job that kind of gets you off to the races. And one of the things that I have impressed upon my kids, and two of the three have got jobs. My youngest, Brady, starts his first job as a lifeguard at Nashville Shores. Speaking of theme parks, he's starting in May. So, but I've told all of them, I said, these first jobs, man, it sets your brain right. Okay. It sets your brain right into, as my very, very high-minded and somewhat out there 21-year-old son, who is kind of, let's just say that I got to work on him a little bit. He's not a fan of capitalism, and he's like completely and totally he asks me really stupid questions sometimes. So basically, here's how I derail that conversation and start the conversation with the other kids is, hey, here's the deal. You should be working most of your life, okay? If for no other reason than the fact that we do live in a capitalistic society, and until you get to a place where you don't have to work, I'm not knocking anybody, okay? Hear me now and believe me later. I am not knocking anybody who is a stay-at-home mom or even a stay-at-home husband for that matter, because trust me, I've had two wives that are stay-at-home moms. Yeah, you work. So I'm not even saying that you don't work if you don't have a job, okay? It is a job holding a family together, or in some cases, never mind, I was going to say something snarky. Anyway, it's a job keeping a family together, okay? But when you have a job, it sets in motion your work ethic. And here's the whole deal. You got to figure out this is not blasphemous, but this is the way I explained it to my somewhat crazy 20-year-old. Look, you're going to have to figure out which of the gods you're going to sacrifice your 40 hours to, which of the capitalistic gods you're going to sacrifice 40 hours of your life to, okay? You got to figure it out, okay? And it doesn't need to be something that you absolutely love, but you shouldn't hate it. It's got to be one of those things that's a means to an end. You're going to give up 40 hours. They're going to give you this. And from this, you take care of the people around you, take care, things like that. So I think it's really, really cool that so many of you guys have had some great, jobs that set you off on the trail. And some of you guys, and I'm not going to ask for a show of hands, but I really thought about this the other day. I'm 52 and I've been working since I was 14. And really those first couple of summers, 14 and 15 don't really necessarily count. But but then once I was 16, it was Opryland during the summer and sacking groceries at Kroger, the rest of the year. And I've had a bunch of jobs, but I've been working nonstop. In fact, the only two times I've not had a job was when I got laid off in 2012, when I got laid off last year. It is the craziest thing to think about. So that is a big, significant part of your life. And so I'm interested too, for you guys, for those of you guys who are doing whatever it is that you're doing right now, if you have a job, or even if you are a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home husband or whatever it is that you do, what I'm interested to hear from you guys, being that I just started a job that I'm really, really digging and I really, really like, and the people are very, very cool. What I'm interested in is that when you look at it, if you start thinking about it's where does the job fall in your life, in your hierarchy of things, right? Because I think we all know there are some people, and I have been sucked into this a little bit before, that your job kind of becomes, you allow it to become too much of a defining part of who you are. I mean, I know a lot of times when you meet somebody for the first time, it's like, hey, how are you? Yeah, nice to meet you. Where are you from? Great. So what do you do? That what do you do question a lot of times I think is a trap. Do you guys ever find yourself, being defined by that? And I always tell, for example, the reason I'm asking this for you guys is, um, is that I find myself telling every group of employees that work for me, if you ever work for me for like longer than 5 minutes, you're gonna hear this come out of my mouth because I had to finally tell myself this on several situations I was in where I had a bad job, where I had a job that was not a good fit for whatever reason. And I had multiple bad days, one after the other. That last year that I spent at the background screening company that like fired me and my entire team, that last year was 365 days of hell. It was every single day was tough. I put a good face on, and y'all probably didn't hear me gripe about it much because there wasn't really any reason to. But this is what I would tell the people who worked for me, and I would find myself telling myself too. You got to remember, this is what you do. It's not who you are, right? So when people ask you what you do, that's right. You're just telling them, hey, I shovel pig poo, right? Right? I make funnel cakes. I sack groceries, in the case now, it's like I am a sales manager, It really throws people for a loop when I say, I'm a sales manager that works for an outsourced marketing and sales company. They're, whatever, but it's not who I am. And so I think for all of us, those moments where you start working, you get into your job, you have to start making that understanding. This is what you do. It's not who you are. And I think that's, the only time I can ever think of where your job is really basically who you are would be, I guess, if you're an actor and you're just selling yourself all the time or something like that. Or really, honestly, if you're a music artist, like my buddy Ryan Weaver, that is who he is, man. In a lot of cases, even with Mick, Mick Blankenship is a guy. He is an artist. He is who he is all the time. But so rarely for the rest of us that are punching a clock someplace, it's a little different, right? I know I've gotten off on a tangent, but it's funny. We started talking enough about my friend who died, and now we're talking about your life. We're talking about the dash. So I guess and probably the rest of the week, we're going to talk about this dash. And a big part of that dash for all of us is working. And again, I'm not going to ask you guys for a show of hands, but I'll be working until I die. I mean, I can just tell you right now, if when you get married twice and divorced twice and then get laid off, basically that's not a good equation for financial stability. So I will tell you, I will be the sexiest Walmart greeter. Hey, I'll be this guy. I'll be 80 years old. I'm going to be 80 years old. Okay. I'll be working at the local Walmart. And you know what I'm going to be? I'm going to be this guy. Yeah, that's me. I'm going to get the 2-gun and the wink. That's me. As you walk in, hey, what's happening, sport? Yep, that's going to be me. Yep, that's going to be me. Probably $11 an hour to sit there and greet people. That's right. That's how it's going to be. Unless I can somehow convince somebody, maybe I need a sugar mama. Any volunteers? No, I'm kidding. Stop. Forget I said that. Jim says I was a pig poo technician. Right. Oh my goodness, man. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, look, Joanne says I'm working on 7,000 for life at Publishers Clearinghouse. Let me know how that works out for you, girl. Yeah, I always joke about if I ever hit the lottery, man, I'll just take it to the house. But you have to play the lottery to win the lottery, and I've never even once. I mean, maybe I should be that guy. Maybe I should just go in and just, I don't know. But I will definitely be working until I drop dead, but that's okay. Jim pointed out that it builds character, and I think that's one of the things too that I want to get across to my kids, and is that working and earning, I guess the word is earning, working for something and earning something, it changes their perspective. Like right now, my son, who is 21, he's been working for a little while. We're trying to figure out what's next in life. Already, just a little bit, he's starting to sort of see, okay, I get this much. The pie's only so big, right? I get this much every single week. And aside from paying taxes and paying for living expenses and things like that, his attitudes have already sort of shifted a little bit, right? So he's starting to understand a little more about responsibility, responsibility for taking care of others, and and that kind of thing. So it's good. It builds character. It's definitely an important part of everybody's life. Definitely an important part of everybody's life. All right, dad joke of the day. Here we go. Jim Clark, who told us his second job was in fact shoveling pig poo, and this is our dad joke of the day. I'm just going to leave that right there. Jim, you the only reason that you beat Michael Curtis to the punch, because I know he was already thinking that. Gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys are something else. You guys are something else. Hey, let's do this real quick. I've got a couple more real quick little announcements, and then I'm gonna pray us out of here. First and foremost, do not forget tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. We're going to we you know what, we weren't supposed to blast through Ruth 3 last week, but man, we did. Or yesterday rather. We went all the way through Ruth 3 yesterday. So tomorrow we're going to start on Ruth chapter 4. If you want to catch up, Ruth is a really short book of the Bible. Boy, it's packed. So if you want to join us tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Central Time right here with Miss Sue leading us in Bible study, go read Ruth chapters 1 through 3. And we're going to start wrapping it up tomorrow. And Miss Sue has already warned us. When we get through Ruth, she has decided, so we've been on a little hike, okay? We've been on the Bible study version of basically one lap around that track at the local high school. We've been on about a quarter mile just walk. It's a nice, easy walk. We've done Ruth, okay? We're doing Ruth, okay? The next thing Miss Sue is taking us on is we're going to walk from here to Alaska. Good night. We're doing Psalm 119. For those of you who may not realize this, chances are, if you take your Bible and you just drop it open and it goes to that middle, it's going to land in the middle of Psalm 119. Do you know why? Because Psalm 119 is the longest chapter of the Bible. It has got hundreds of verses. It's the longest psalm. It is the Old Testament equivalent of Freebird, okay? It is one giant long song. I know that when David would call this one out, I'm sure all of the musicians would go, oh, I didn't get enough sleep last night to do Psalm 119 again. I'm telling you, it is long, and we're going to jump on it. We're going to jump on it starting late next week, and we're going to tackle it. It is so full of so many good things. I'm so excited about it, and I'm so excited that Miss Sue is the one leading it. So there you go. Bible study tomorrow morning. Here's the other thing. Julie is not on. I don't think I've seen Julie on with us this morning. I'm going to post a link. So Julie Dakin, our Yo sister up in New York State, they had a fire on Sunday. It did not wipe out the entire house. They have a lot of smoke damage, but it's had a huge impact on them. She has posted a GoFundMe. So I'm going to post the link here in just a minute. In fact, if one of you guys has already got that link, if you post it in the chat, that would be great. We want to try to help the Dakin family out as much as we can. I will post a separate post about it in a little bit. So there you go. That's what we're doing today. All right. So now I'm getting up close to, I got to go make myself pretty for the funeral. So I'm going to have to run. So I'm going to pray us out of here. Guys, thank you so very much for being on this morning. I appreciate you hopping on as always. So let's pray and let's get out there and let's make it a good day. Today's the day. If you weren't already doing it, I want you to start filling up your dash. Filling up your dash. That tiny little thing needs to be stacked to the moon with all the things in life that you're going to add to it. Absolutely. God, I thank you so much. God, I thank you for these people. I thank you for our time this morning. God, I thank you for that dash that you give us. And so for some of us, it represents a lot longer time. And for some of us, that time is too short. But God, I thank you for the opportunity to have that dash between those two dates. God, I hope every one of us just does not take for granted. We know that even tomorrow is not promised. Still, we also know that Jesus told us, but who of us by worrying could add a single hour to our life? So we just live in the joy and the comfort of knowing that, God, we may not always like the way things are going, but we know that you've got this. God, I thank you so much for the spirit that you've given each of us of caring and loving for one another. Help us carry that out into this world. Right now, there's a lot of people that just need to know that they are loved. And God, no matter what happens, no matter how much man has tried to complicate the message, and no matter how much time churches have spent trying to make rules upon rules upon rules, God, I thank you that it comes down to just loving Jesus and loving people. And Jesus made that very, very clear. Love me and love them. He said it multiple times. God, I thank you for that spirit that's in each of us. Help us go out there and live that today. Help us live that. Help us fill up our dash with loving other people. You said through Jesus in John 13:34 that this is how they will know you are my disciples, by the way you love one another. That is exactly the way we should fill our dash, with loving one another and live a life worth living. I thank you for my brother Wes and the life he lived. I thank you for all of my brothers and sisters I'm going to meet up with this morning. Bless our time together. Bless his family. And God, bless all the Yo Broers on here and help us carry this light out into the world. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for what you're currently doing. And thank you for the things that you're going to do. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Now, I've got to run, but let's see if anybody beat Sue to the punch today. Here we go. Where are we going? The Are We Still On sweepstakes. Dude, y'all, I'm telling you, I don't know how somebody across the pond can beat you guys, but she beat Wes and Francis by a full 0.4 of a second. I'm just saying. All right. I love you guys. Get out of here. Make it a great day. Please share. Please go over and subscribe. Consider becoming a patron. I love you guys. Get off my screen. Bye.